Ladies and gentlemen, this may actually not be a damn drill. The Dallas Cowboys name is really in the running for Raiders wide receiver Davante Adams. Now, before we get any deeper into this, I just want to say, I do not believe this. I believe that Jerry and Steven both, quote unquote, like their guys. So I'm just going to say the Cowboys name could 100% be being used for the purpose of trying to generate clicks and engagement. But the source that it's coming from is the only reason this actually made me raise my eyebrows a little bit. Let's get right into this. Hey man, I would love to have Tay on the Cowboys wearing that star on the side of his helmet. I don't care if it is only for another 2 or 3 years. Bring them to Dallas. Before we get into it, shout out to the sponsors of today's video, BetUS, America's favorite sports book. Be sure to bet on your Week 5 NFL matchups using BetUS, and if you sign up today, you can experience 150% first-time deposit bonus exclusive to YouTube by using promo code YouTube150. Get the fastest payouts in the industry, and you can place the widest variety of bets in the industry via BetUS. The over-under on the Cowboys versus the Steelers game is 43 points. I think the Cowboys and the Steelers probably have to score more than that for whoever wins that game, especially considering both defenses are struggling a little bit. So it's chances that we'll see offenses explode in this game. So that's probably where I will put my money. But either way, you put your money wherever you feel comfortable putting it. Please remember to bet responsibly, and let's get back into the program. You can see here, Diana Rossini has reported that the Jets and Cowboys are among the many teams monitoring the Davante Adams situation. Both have checked in with the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm told at this point that Vegas is in no rush to make a move until a team reaches their asking price. But Adams wants out ASAP. Okay, this is very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that do not know, Diana Rossini is the host of the Scoop City podcast, the very same podcast in which we actually got various updates, accurate updates actually, about the Dak Prescott contract negotiations over the course of the offseason. If you remember correctly, Stephen Jones was frequenting this podcast with Diana Rossini, and Diana Rossini 100% has Stephen Jones's contacts. So if she's hearing that the Cowboys are involved, it's likely because Stephen Jones has let her know, yes, we've made a call, we're monitoring the situation to see if something happens as far as the Raiders finally eating some of that paragraph 5 guaranteed salary of Davante Adams so he can be a little bit cheaper for whatever team wants to take him on, because that is what's going on right now. That is one of the holdups as to why the Davante Adams sweepstakes isn't just like popping off right now. It's because of his salary cap and the fact that the Raiders have yet to actually eat some of the guaranteed money that he is still owed for this season. Until that happens, we likely won't see any actual moves made for Davante Adams, but it is just very surprising to be quite honest, that the Cowboys are even inquiring about this, especially since Amari Cooper is hanging around out there for a little bit of nothing right now. So either they just really don't want to have anything to do with Amari Cooper, or the Cowboys are getting really desperate and they see that they need to give Dak some weapons. And anytime this type of weapon comes open, these guys, they don't come available very often, y'all. You rarely see a wide receiver who has amassed 11,000 receiving yards over the course of 11 years come available, especially in a trade. And it seems like Davante is at a point now where he's trying to, I guess, salvage his body. Antonio Pierce's head coach is saying he's making business decisions as it pertains to how he's playing on the field. And Davante is only 32 years old right now. So at best, you probably got another 2 seasons or so with him. This would 100% be a Super Bowl rental. This is the type of player you go out and get to try and win a Super Bowl. This is the Los Angeles Rams version of going out and get OBJ from the Cleveland Browns that year that they actually won the Super Bowl. This would be one of those types of moves. Now, the big problem with this is Davante costs some money, y'all, and I don't think the Cowboys actually have the money available to pay that man. The Cowboys roughly have about $25 million in cap space right now, and I can tell you for a fact, I'm not sure if the Cowboys are going to be willing to pay that $13 million odd dollars that's still owed to Davante Adams for the rest of the season, especially considering that the year after that and the year after that, his cap hit becomes astronomical, okay? So I am not really sure the Cowboys are on this school of thought as it pertains to trying to bring Davante Adams seriously. They may have just been kicking the tires on this, but that is very, very interesting that they were even brought up by a pretty reliable source. Diana Russini hasn't really reported anything about the Cowboys that was just completely off base or unbelievable or didn't have some truth to it. And remember, her reports about Dak Prescott's contract negotiations were pretty much on the money. She said, after speaking to Stephen Jones, she thinks the contract is going to get done. She thinks it's probably going to get done close to the time the season starts. It got done right before the season started, like literally hours before the season started. So very, very interesting stuff here. I am very interested to know how you guys feel about this. Would you want a Davante Adams coming to this team, especially considering the fact that Tay has 200 yards this season already? So he would already come onto our roster as our second leading receiver, like immediately. Even this year, he's missed one game already, and that's because he's sitting out. He would already come onto our team as the second leading receiver, y'all. So very, very interesting player right here. Would love to see a guy like a Davante Adams get put onto this Dallas Cowboys team, because could you imagine a prime CeeDee Lamb, a Davante Adams, and you can do whatever you want to do with the receiver position after that, man. I don't care who you would have to trade to make that trade happen either. If it has to be Brandon Cooks, or if it has to be a combination of all the Jalen's we got on the roster, or Trey Lance, whatever you want to do, trade the Raiders, Trey Lance, a second-round pick, and one of the receivers we got already, or a couple of the receivers we got already, and I'm willing to bet you would probably get that trade done. I'm willing to bet you would probably get that trade done, and you would kind of solve one of the issues that you already have existing as well, as far as Trey Lance essentially about to walk away, and you're paying $5 million to a third-string quarterback. Throw Trey Lance into that trade to make some of the money work. Have Las Vegas take some of that paragraph 5 guaranteed money off of Davante Adams' salary so he can be a little bit more enticing as a trade piece. And give them folks that second-round pick. Our second-round picks suck anyways. Outside of Diggs, maybe Nealon this year, our second-round picks historically have been bad. All right, so give them folks that second-round pick and whatever other additional compensation they want to give. Y'all let a lot of dudes walk this offseason. We're going to be getting a lot of compensatory picks this upcoming draft. Trade some of them 4th and 5th rounders, bro, and make this trade happen, because this right here, this type of move right here, honestly, would make me be like, all right, I forgive y'all for the offseason. We got Davante Adams. You know what I'm saying? But either way, again, all this with a grain of salt. We know how these folks do. They like to throw the Cowboys' name into all these type of deals because it generates engagement. Look what it made me do. It made me instantly go sit my black ass down and record this show. But it would be a very, very interesting move. And it would be a move that the Cowboys need to make at a position of need. Who knows? Who knows? We could very well be in Davante Adams watching Cowboys land. Either way, we still them same old Cowboys. And again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.